In 2013, Capcom released a Devil May Cry game featuring a short-haired, angsty protagonist who is joined by a tattooed woman in jean shorts and boots who drives a car to defeat a powerful demon king who threatens all of mankind. And everyone hated it. Fast forward to 2019 when Capcom releases a Devil May Cry game featuring a short-haired, angsty protagonist who is joined by a tattooed woman in jean shorts and boots who drives a car to defeat a powerful demon king who threatens all of mankind. And everyone loved it. Despite initial negative reception, how was Capcom able to repackage its failed ideas in order to create a smash hit? Today, I look at the ways in which the DMC reboot inspired Devil May Cry 5. Look, I know everybody likes to shit on DMC Devil May Cry, aka DMC Reboot, aka DMC 2013, aka... Fuck you! Well, I'm here to tell you, it ain't that bad, especially considering the definitive edition released in 2015, which fixes many of the mechanical issues fans had with the initial release. Devil May Cry 5, on the other hand, was hailed and praised as potentially the best entry in the series as soon as it dropped. And while many of the creative decisions with the DMC reboot still caused division amongst the core fan base,
and I got a bigger dick.
some of these same ideas were repackaged and implemented into the beloved Devil May Cry 5. So much so that I would argue that in some ways, the DMC reboot and Devil May Cry 5 are the same game. Let me explain.
It's all a matter of perspective.
The Devil May Cry series can best be summarized as character action games produced by Capcom, which generally have you playing as everyone's favorite pizza-loving demon hunter Dante, as he fights against various monsters and hellish minions by utilizing a highly technical combat system which features multiple weapons, styles, and combos. The main focus of this system being on dispatching your foes in the most flashy and stylish way possible, a focus which is reinforced by the style meter, which provides instant feedback on how cool and creative your combos are at any given time. Think of them as part Resident Evil and part Street Fighter, and ever since the original became a cult hit in 2001, Capcom has been trying to elevate the series to mainstream blockbuster status with mixed results.
Here's your crown.
The game sold well for the most part, but other character action games like God of War, Ninja Gaiden, and Bayonetta had been overshadowing Devil May Cry's sales numbers in the very genre that they themselves had created by targeting the rapidly growing Western market. Capcom wanted a larger piece of that Western gamer pie, and as such, Capcom hired UK-based developer Ninja Theory to reboot the Devil May Cry series from the ground up. But that's just a theory. A Ninja Theory! Eyeing the Mountain Dew on the American gaming frontier, Capcom felt that a style change was in order for the Devil May Cry series. Instead of a gothic horror aesthetic, it became more modern and urban. Instead of traveling through hell and haunted castles, you were moving through a crumbling city in After Effects templates. But the change that caused the most controversy amongst fans was the redesign of Dante.
Your point?
Looking at DMC the DMC's Dante, we can see some major changes intended to distinguish him from original Dante, such as a short haircut and a cocky Devil May Care attitude that is far more Western in its interpretation and far less anime-inspired than Dante Prime.
Not in a million years.
Which was a real slap in the face to OG Dante stans. Despite death threats being made to the developers at Ninja Theory and general fanboy outcry over the changes, Capcom stayed the course and made the game they wanted to make. In that way, the DMC 2013 reboot is everything it was supposed to be. Maybe fans weren't ready for a new Devil May Cry. Maybe more of the same was all they wanted. What we do know for sure is that Ninja Theory's 2013 Devil May Cry reboot was not the home run hit that Capcom was looking for.
Blaming myself for a world on fire.
In 2015, Hideaki Itsuno said in an interview, if it had been a world-changing hit, it might have changed the course of the series by becoming the new DMC. And in some ways, it did become the new DMC. Capcom would take the lessons they learned from DMC the 2013 DMC reboot and apply them to a new title years later, which we know as Capcom had finally cracked the code. The game sold like hotcakes, multiple Game of the Year awards, and to date, it is the best-selling Devil May Cry game, and it's been out for just over a year. So what did they learn from DMC 2013 that they applied to Devil May Cry 5 to make it such a success? In order to satisfy longtime fans, the solution was simple: a return to their roots.
Clive roots.
Not those roots, the series roots. Devil May Cry 5 would be set in the main Devil May Cry universe and include every character fans had grown to love throughout the series' history, and most importantly, OG Dante would return as a playable character.
Can't let a boy do a man's job.
This meant that while the fanboy bloodlust had been satiated by Dante being a playable character in Devil May Cry 5, Capcom would need to differentiate Nero from Dante, while also making him more appealing to a Western audience. Nero was first introduced in Devil May Cry 4, and design-wise, he was basically Dante 2.0. I mean, seriously, who's who here?
Maybe you should just throw an insult my way instead.
Capcom decided to take a page out of the old Ninja Theory playbook, and that page specifically was the one with their character designs on it from the 2013 reboot. I mean, seriously, look at this. Even one of his alternate costumes is eerily similar to how Nero turned out in the final game of Devil May Cry 5. Nothing like a little self-plagiarization to get the creative juices flowing. Nero got a short haircut, edgy attitude, and a problem with authority. Just like our favorite not Dante. And both characters get powerful enough by the end of the game to not let someone they are related to do something.
I can't let you do this.
I won't let you kill each other.
The supporting cast would also be translated from the DMC reboot, with all their characteristics simply being turned up to 11. Let's look at DMC reboot's Cat versus Devil May Cry 5's Nico. In the reboot, Cat is a human companion to our protagonist with the aforementioned tattoos, jean shorts, and boots who drives a car. She also uses her ability to craft spells, which leads to our hero unlocking new combat abilities.
It's here, in the rifts, that we can create gateways to and from Limbo.
Nico in Devil May Cry 5 is also a human companion to our protagonist, featuring the aforementioned tattoos, jean shorts, and boots who now drives a van. She also uses her ability to craft weapons, which lead to our hero unlocking new combat abilities.
That's why I built him that well-functioning arm, to kick demon ass.
They both also share tragic backstories featuring abusive father figures.
I was in a foster home. My foster father was a demon. He attacked me most nights.
I didn't cry when my asshole daddy died. He abandoned my mother and I and left us for dead.
And when you look at Kat's early concept art, where she's a tomboy type with an affinity for motorcycles and mechanics, we can see how that was translated and amplified into the version of Nico we see in Devil May Cry 5. Now let's look at DMC Reboot's Virgil versus Devil May Cry 5's V. In the DMC reboot, Virgil is the one who conscripts our hero to join their quest to defeat the main villain,
You need me to fight the demons, help you save the world. I believe that we can defeat them.
reveals secrets about the hero's past to them,
Your past has been hidden from you for a reason. This was your home.
and at the end of the game turns on our hero, resulting in a final showdown. And in Devil May Cry 5, V is the one who conscripts our hero to join the quest to defeat the main villain,
A powerful demon is about to resurrect, and we need your help, Dante.
reveals secrets about our hero's past to them,
After all, it was he who took your right arm.
and at the end of the game turns on the heroes, resulting in a final showdown. And V was really Virgil the whole time. In the end, both characters were the architects of a plot to achieve ultimate power.
I'll rule alone.
I didn't help you destroy Mundus so that you could take his place.
We are connected.
So as you can see, all three of the main characters in Devil May Cry 5 were at least partially inspired by their counterparts in the DMC reboot.
I don't really care.
And as the dust settles on the fan favorite Devil May Cry 5, we look back and realize that we're standing in the exact same place we were all the way back in 2013. At the start of the video, I said that I thought that the DMC reboot and Devil May Cry 5 were the same game, and I mean that in more ways than just superficial character traits. In fact, in some ways, I think that Devil May Cry 5 could be seen as a reboot of the reboot. And as a fan of the reboot, I couldn't help but notice the connections between the two as soon as the credits rolled on Devil May Cry 5. In 2013, Capcom released a Devil May Cry game which, to some fans, had no true Dante and no true Virgil, and therefore was not a true Devil May Cry game, and some fans resented them for it. Capcom listened and went back to the series' roots, giving fans exactly what they wanted: Dante, Virgil, Lady, Trish, all the fan favorites back for one more game. But this game would be the final chapter in the Sons of Sparta saga. no more Virgil, and no more Dante. Fanboy outcry over the reboot didn't save the series, it simply delayed the inevitable, and those fans are just denying the truth. You see, what you feared would come like an explosion is like a whisper, and what you thought was the end is the beginning. Capcom had found a way to steer the main series back towards the creative direction they had envisioned in 2013 with the reboot without anyone even noticing. And as we look back at the DMC reboot with a fresh perspective, we can see that the devil is not as black as he is painted. Capcom planted the seeds of this new DMC in the reboot, and it grew both day and night, till it bore an apple bright. And that apple is Devil May Cry 5. And we have awoken. And now that the truth has been laid bare for all to see, we can accept the past and embrace the future. A future in which Capcom is free to release new Devil May Cry games featuring a short-haired, angsty protagonist who is joined by a tattooed woman in jean shorts and boots who drives a car. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, consider leaving a like and a subscribe so I can make more content like this. Also, I need to shout out Elegant Weapon, who challenged me to a bit of a YouTube video making contest thing, so be sure to check out his video either over here or in the description. It'll be around somewhere. And follow him on Twitch, and follow me on Twitch as well as YouTube. And other than that, thank you again for watching. Be sure you stay safe, take care, be kind, be yourself, and signing off. Have a good one, everybody. M'Bassa.